Double whammy.
Two games, two outcomes of the apocalypse. Will the world divulge into a Mad Maxian dystopia, or will zombies simply devour our planet city by city? Prepare for either with post-apocalyptic mayhem and dead pixels. It is best to have fun now before you're running from a horde of acid-spitting zombies on your way to a race for your survival in your school bus overflowing with death-dealing capabilities. First, let's take charge with some vehicular murder and post-apocalyptic mayhem, or PAM. PAM is highly reminiscent of games gone by such as Carmageddon and Twisted Metal. Creations for carnage are at your disposal, ranging from a sedan shredding logging truck to a cute compact dolled up for its Sweet 16 party, capable of performing on-site vivisections for everybody in the way. You have a veritable cornucopia of war-torn settings for which you will cover in fire, ice cream, and car parts. I highly recommend Winter Wasteland for those of you wanting to complement your wholesale slaughter with a festive setting and outstanding background music. Speaking of music, crank up the in-game volume because you won't find some garage band junk here. Instead, you will be pleading for the game to never end as your ears are rocked into bliss, from where there is no eagerness to egress. This bliss takes place in a realm with racetracks lined with colored power-ups that engage your weapons, and this is where the game welcomes you with open arms. Each power-up's color coincides with the colored buttons on a 360 controller, and highlights a section of your car telling you from where you direct the outgoing devastation. This also serves as an early warning system for players. Remember, glowing red rears mean approach with caution and never without protection. This game is superb in so many ways, but only truly lets us down in two regards. First, and this only applies to those that require this crutch, there exists no blue shell option. Should you escape from the rest of the convoy, it is very unlikely, unless you simply stop and let them catch up for surprise, that they will be able to close in on you. Second, the game lacks any sort of demo derby or deathmatch mode. With so many games in the past centering on simply blowing up all the vehicles on screen, it is a shame to not see something as such found in this nearly perfect racer. Time for a change of pace and a not-so-subtle excursion into dead pixels. New Hexington, New York has apparently suffered a great tragedy in the form of a toxic spill, raising an army of unstoppable undead. But with Dead Pixels, you have few worries until you crank up the difficulty to hardest, and truly find out that the AI director hates your guts. Before you can experience the hate, you have to choose how to play the game. 3 modes dictate the style of gameplay awaiting you. Dead Pixels is a typical side-scrolling shooter with the simple goal of proceeding right. The solution is a run-and-gun style mode which brings memories of Bionic Commando and Russian Attack to mind, but with a new twist. Proceed right until dead end, then go back from whence you came. Last Stand is your typical horde mode, but with a break between waves allowing you access to a store. Stores don't exist in The Solution, but then again free gifts of guns and medkits found in abandoned buildings is not found in Last Stand. Stores enable you to purchase weapons, items, and upgrades that will replace your current wet dreams. But I digress. There is no choice in the matter. You have to play all 3 modes multiple times. Your mother and I have talked it over, and you have no say in regards to this. To entice and draw you in further, this game offers a grindhouse movie appeal similar to what many experience with the movies Planet Terror and Death Proof. While Dead Pixels is heavy with 8-bit graphics and audio, it still pulls off that ancient school method of film reels being used and abused across the country, rather than the digital germaphobe cleanliness that is the norm of today. Though this game's visuals display anything but cleanliness with a large assortment of detestable zombie types. Fast, acid-spitting, aflame, blind, and even a bit Cthulhian in design. All these can be used to describe some of the mobile corpses that want nothing more than your flesh sliding down their gullets. Tongue and rotting cheek humor is overflowing in Dead Pixels, as it is quite common. From the store called Walker's to the Wesker sidearm, you will find yourself nodding in pleasure when you know each inspiration for every name. Some could even compare the story bearing a similarity to the origin of the Toxic Avenger, though I don't remember a scene where Toxie tears through a horde of moaning monsters with a minigun. The names of your toys are not their only attraction. The way in which your arsenal can turn zombies into gooey gore will torment you with choices. Will you torch the tainted meat bags with a flamethrower, zap them with a bit of energy, splatter them by using a shotgun, carve them like a turkey with a chainsaw, or perhaps stick with the classic style of bullet here, bullet there, bullets everywhere, courtesy of an automatic rifle? Your choice, your life.